I came in, in high school I was about 230. When I got here I was about 200, 205. I had all sorts of colitis. I was pretty sick. I just got out of the hospital before I got up here. Going through training camp, it's tough for anybody, healthy or not. But for myself, I was homesick, I was sick. I just really wanted to be home. I didn't want to be up here. I wanted to get away. I even started looking at other schools to go to.
Following a tough start to his UNH career, Cody Muller began doubting his decision to leave his home state of Pennsylvania. After a lot of thought, as well as guidance from his parents, Cody would recover and ultimately decide to remain a Wildcat. But it wouldn't be the only hurdle he had to overcome that season.
Yeah, I thought I was getting healthy, and then come my redshirt freshman year, I got sick again. And I was going through the season. I started at 240. I got down to 198 by the time we played Delaware in the playoffs. It was really taking a toll on me.
The second, more severe go-around with the chronic disease would be more difficult than the first. Medicine was no longer effective, so surgery was the only option.
To get the surgery, to get my colon removed, it really, it was kind of a mystery of whether I was going to be able to play or not. It's been a part of my life since I was 7 years old. So, it was tough to hear that. Fortunately for me, I found a surgeon that was great with it, and he pretty much said, there's no way you're not going to be able to play. That hit home for me, and the fact that Coach Mack, he stuck with me through the whole thing. When I went to his office and told him, I needed surgery, I'm not going to be able to, play the next season, I'm going to be out, out of school, everything. He just said, hey, we got to do what we got to do, get it done, and when you get back in the spring, you got a spot here. It's nothing to worry about.
With football temporarily in the rearview mirror, Cody would step away from school as well as the team to take care of his health in hopes of returning to the gridiron as soon as possible.
I went through the surgery, I came back in the spring, I was healthy for the first time in a long time, and it was a great feeling for myself and to be back with the team. That was probably the hardest thing, was being home that semester and not being around the team.
Back on the field and to full health, Cody would play an integral part of the Wildcats' success over the following 3 seasons, including the school's first ever appearance in the national semifinals in 2013. After what seemed to be his final season as a Wildcat, the team received surprising news from the NCAA on Cody's eligibility.
I was actually sitting in class. I had a couple calls from Coach Shelton, former coach here, and he left a voicemail when I got out of class saying, hey, you got to come down to the office, Coach Mack needs to talk to you. So, a bunch of things run through your mind as a player, like, what did I do? Am I in trouble for something? Did I do something good? You're trying to think, and, nothing really came to mind. I didn't know, what I did. So I came to his office, and none of the coaches were around. So I was like, what's going on? And then Coach Shelton walked in, he goes, I'll get Coach Mack. So we got him, Coach Mack comes in, and, Coach Mack's got his typical, kind of angry look on him. So again, I was running through my mind like, oh, I messed up. I don't know, what did I do? What did I do? So we go into his office, he closes the door, and I see my jersey sitting on the chair. And he looks at me, and his face kind of went from, that normal face to kind of looking sad a little bit. And I'm like, what's going on? And he said, we heard from the NCAA, and unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to wear that jersey anymore. A million things went through my head. What am I going to do? That was the biggest one. What am I going to do with my life now? But Coach Mack then smiled and said, yeah, because we're getting new jerseys next year, so welcome back. And I was like, oh my God, my heart sunk, and it was awesome. It was a great feeling. For me, that was my journey here. And, I was very appreciative that I got to experience another year, get a medical redshirt, to be around this team just one more year, and help us accomplish our goals that we set for ourselves.